Good day, Tom Garriman, sales representative at Apex Results Realty located in Burlington, Ontario. I operate from Grimsby through to West Mississauga. Even though I have gone down as far as St. Catharines, as far up north as Kitchener-Waterloo, and far west as Ingersoll, and I have even, actually not even, yes, I have even done transactions in the Durham region, which is east of Toronto. It is 2016. We tend to be a lot more mobile these days, depending on what people need. So, market update for April 7th, 2016. Interest rates. I'm going to keep this nice and simple. I've been saying it for years. Interest rates are historically low. That's it. They're not changing. Whether you want a fixed rate or a variable rate, it doesn't really matter. Whichever one you want to go for, you are not going to find rates that can go much lower than we currently have. Okay, interest rates. That's it. Done. Nice and easy. I've been saying the same thing for how many years now? 5. Moving on. Okay, it's April 7th. We have snow and what appears to be winter. Now, I am a realtor, and I have been keeping up with what the different real estate boards say about sales and numbers and everything else. Prices in the GTA, and when I say GTA, as hard as this is to bite, is Toronto all the way down to some consider St. Catharines. Now, the big price increases are in Toronto, and you do see them in Mississauga, Oakville, and Burlington. Hamilton seems to be some fighting on price increases. Some areas have gone up a great deal, especially we're putting in those new GO stations. So in that immediate area, prices are shooting up. Other places, not as much. If you get away from what we call GTA or even the core of Toronto, which is what I'm starting to consider it now, you're going to notice prices are not going up necessarily as much. So if you're viewing this from St. Thomas, if you're in the Alberta oil sands area, you're going to see your prices are actually going down. So we do have a micro market. It's not that micro. It's not that small, really, but I've met a number of people who think, well, you know what? My place is out in Caledonia. I've gone up a huge amount. I must have, because look at the prices in Burlington, Oakville, and of course people from Toronto come out here. Not quite running that way. You're likely going to see some increasing house prices because what's happening is I'm not seeing a lot of listings. At this point, they should be pretty much pouring in. End of March, beginning of April, by the end of April, beginning of May, we should be basically at peak with, every single day I should be seeing 6 or 7 new listings coming into my office, which is an independent. I'm not seeing that. I saw 2 yesterday, 1 today. I think we're starting to see a little bit of it. Now, this is possibly people holding off just a little bit longer until the snow goes away. When that snow leaves, they're going to have nice pictures taken and list. But the problem is, if you're a buyer, a lot of them are not going to be waiting. They're already looking. So if you're looking to sell, get your property, finalize those last few things, and get it on the market. Buyers, start looking. Be ready. When the snow finally goes away, I'm hoping it's the last ditch attempt by winter, then you need to be looking to know what you're looking for. So when that first influx of real listings hit, and you know what? You need to be ready. You need to have everything lined up, and you need to be able to move, because housing prices may be getting pushed up again this year. If there's not a lot of new listings coming on for that flood of listings at the beginning of the spring market, and if buyers are still purchasing, it's going to push prices up. You will end up seeing multiple offer situations. On the flip side, buyers could back off. It'll depend. A lot of people are trying to get into the market. It's a little bit harder right now. So, no crystal ball, but I think if you list your place properly, take a look at some historical sales, recent historical sales, and price carefully and pay attention to what little feedback you may actually get from showings, I think you won't have a problem selling. Are there properties listing currently that are possibly overpriced? Yes. I have already seen 1 or 2. I've been looking around for some people who are asking questions, and I've seen some property that's massively overpriced. And I've seen a good bit actually, which is not too bad. Remember, when you look at prices from a year ago, it doesn't matter. This market is so dynamic that the change is, it's happening. So if you're thinking, well, that property should be 460, that detached house I saw, and this year it's 490, that's wrong. How many other properties are up for sale at that price point? How fast does it sell? Does it sell? Questions to ask yourself. So, let's see what else. Crystal ball. Winter needs to leave. When winter leaves, we're going to see more activity. Housing prices in the area, very difficult to say. Toronto, going up. Mississauga, going to hold steady, going to go up. Definitely go up. Maybe not 16%, but you're going to see prices being pushed up from just a few months ago. Oakville, same thing. Burlington, more than likely. Hamilton, people are going to try it. Unfortunately, if you're taking a look at certain properties, you have to look at what they're going for right now. That is the new standard. Even myself, looking in the one area, I had to stop, look back at recent sales and say what I used to think was standard is now gone. New price point has been established because you've got dozens of properties that have sold, and those dozens have gone for more than what they used to. That's the nature of real estate. Is the market going to tank? Big question. No. What's going to happen eventually, and again, we've got historically low rates, I've been saying that for years, the market will eventually adjust. If you had bought a house a year ago, and you saw the increases going on, and you get the same increases this year, and then you suffer a drop in price, guess what? You're not going to drop that much. What's going to happen if there's an adjustment, and it will not be this year, 2017, possibly 2018, maybe. Don't expect to see the bottom drop out. Expect to see the market, I'm going to use the word appear to die. Are we there yet? No, I'm using a crystal ball, which is actually just a bowling ball, which isn't crystal, and it's not clear. So, to put it simply, there's no way to tell. Given the local area, I do not think that you're going to see a huge price drop. I think you'll see a percentage drop. It could be 5, 10, 15, even 30%. But, oh no, someone purchases and then holds onto that property. 3 years later, that adjustment happens. They may only lose 1 or 2% off of what they paid for it, because prices are still going up in this region. Anyway, what's coming up for the next little bit? I have negotiation going on for listing on the Hamilton Mountain. I have another listing coming up out in Durham. I've got a few more people talking about selling. Now, for the last 2 years, a lot of people have been talking about selling. The shift in thinking is, you know, if I sell now and buy a house, the market will adjust on me and I'm going to lose a lot of money. And I'm looking at them and saying, your intent, if you want to be there for 2 years, maybe you want to hold on until this adjustment comes, because you've already been wherever you currently are for a little bit longer, or you'll save up more money and the adjustment will come for you if that's the way you want to go. I don't think the adjustment will take 15 years. People who need to move, I'm looking at them saying, so you've got one child, you want to have another one, and you're feeling kind of tight and restricted for space in your house. And you've got a lot of stuff coming in, the family is giving you old furniture and stuff, and you're looking at this going, we need a bigger property. It was great for us as a couple. It was okay for us with one child. Now we're looking at number 2 in the next few months, trying for number 2. That's a lot, Yeah, then sell and move. The house will not get bigger unless you have a large piece of land and want to put an extension on of some sort, which is expensive and will possibly over improve your property so you cannot get your value out. Then if you love where you are, do it. So be aware. If you need to move, if the reason is valid, then do it. Just have a longer timeline. People who are looking at me saying, but I'm only going to be there for 2 years and I'm going to sell, and what do you think? I can say for a year, until the end of this year or in the next spring, I believe that we're going to have a good market. You're not going to lose value if you're in this region. If you go longer, it's pretty muddy. It's going to matter what happens when the banks put interest rates up. So when that interest rate goes up, I'm not talking 0.25%, but if it goes up to 5 or 6%, it'll be an issue. So if you're looking to purchase and you're hearing 3% for the next 5 years locked in at a fixed rate, then my recommendation is to sit down and punch in some higher numbers. Make sure you're well covered off, build up the deposit, build up a safety net. So to recap for the 18 millionth time, historically low interest rates. We are having very little inventory on the market right now. More will be coming on. Does this mean you can price incredibly high? No. Price based on what your neighbor has sold for recently. Oh, but they have a worse property than us or a better one. If it's worse, then price the same. No offers for a few days. Don't list it today during the snowstorms or as the snow is starting to melt down. List your property when the snow is gone. Get some nice pictures, stage it up, declutter. Boom. No offers for 5 days. Go take a vacation on the weekend. Don't worry about it. Come back, deal with it. Should you purchase first if you've got a home already and then sell? I'd recommend, if you know exactly what you're looking for, if you can find it and you can afford it, I'd purchase and sell. Otherwise, put your property up on the market. Have a plan if you're going to go rent for a while, live with family, ask for an incredibly long closing date, still looking at 60 to 90 days generally, but you could ask for longer and then go looking. But you will have a gun to your head because you will have to purchase and be into something on time. Anyway, that's it. The market, I expect to be going crazy shortly. Doing a lot of driving, I'm going to see a lot of stuff going on. Other people are more busy, other people are less busy than me. It's all dependent. So you have yourself a great day. And you know what? No matter what else, as you're getting yourself ready, going out, facing the snow, cleaning up the mess from this last snowstorm, remember to always stay positive.